Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching today's video. In this video, I am going to show you this midnight kind of inspired smoky eye. I haven't done a smoky eye like this in a while, so I felt like it was about time. I also received some complaints from people saying they wanted to see something else because I have been doing quite a lot of neutral looks lately. So it's nice to do something a little bit more bold and using some color today, so I can't wait for you guys to see how I did this. So first I primed my eyelids and I'm using this white color, which is a palette from Pure Cosmetics in collaboration with Raw Beauty Christie. This white eyeshadow in this palette is actually incredible. All the shades in this palette are really good, but especially this white one I absolutely love to use underneath the brow bone. So I'm just going to apply it on the highest point underneath the brow. This is going to create kind of like a transition effect, which you will see later on why I'm doing this. Now I'm going in with this palette from Be Perfect Cosmetics and Stacy Marimua, which I think is number 3. I'm not quite sure, but I will make sure to put all the products in the description bar. So I'm starting with this soft kind of light pinky purple shade, blending this all the way from the inner corner to the outer corner and blending this all over my crease using a Sigma Beauty E40 brush. When this shade is everywhere, nicely blended out, I'm going to darken it up using the shade Tahiti with a blending brush, which is a little bit tinier. This one is by Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. Focusing first kind of like in the outer V area, making circular motions, trying to darken it up. And of course, everything I'm doing at one side of my eye, I'm also doing at the other side, of course. Just kind of going back in with more and more of that shade to make it as dark as possible, and just making circular motions with my brush so that everything is nicely blended out. Now I went in with a tinier brush, focusing at the inner corner of the eye because I want the darkness to be at the inner part of the eye and also at the outer part of the eye. So I'm going to do the same thing with this shade. I'm just going in with darker and darker shades, but slowly building it up by adding a darker shade. You first always want to make sure you go in with a light shade first to work on a transition, and then slowly go in with darker shades to build up the color. Now I'm going in with this Sigma Beauty Wicked Gel Eyeliner, which is a basic black gel eyeliner. I'm going to use this in the same places where I just blended the eyeshadows. So first focusing at the outer V area, kind of pressing the product in there, and also making kind of like circular motions to kind of blend it out. And then later on, when I have applied this in the outer V area, I am also going to apply it in the inner corner. So this way you have some darkness at the inner part of the eyelid and also at the outer part of the eyelid. And this is going to help to create a halo eye look because you want to have darkness at both sides and light at the middle part. So you want to make sure that you use all the shades that you use at the outer part, that you also use it in the inner part. So this way you have the same amount of darkness at both sides, if that makes sense. So I'm just slowly building it up. You want to make sure you don't use too much gel eyeliner because this way it's going to be harder to blend it out. So just use a little bit. You can always go back in with more. This is my tip that I can give you guys. If you apply too much, it's always really hard. Like, how are you going to fix it? So less is more. You can always go back in with more. So yeah, hopefully that will help you guys. Now I went in with a little bit of black eyeshadow, blending this around the edges to make it more soft. Then I'm going to use a mixture of that pink color and that purple and blending a little bit of that around the edges as well, because the gel eyeliner kind of kept me with kind of not really super harsh, but always harsher than using like a soft eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna blend this along the edges to just make it look softer around those areas. Then now I'm going in with some concealer and a concealer brush and applying a little bit of that in the center of the eyelid. This way I have kind of like a blank spot, so my eyeshadow is gonna pop out a bit more. I'm gonna use this golden eyeshadow from Pat McGrath, which I received a really long time ago. I think this is actually the old packaging because I was looking at her website and it looks different right now, but it's the same product. So using this in the center of the eyelid, such an incredibly beautiful eyeshadow, and I blended up quite high. Then I'm going in with the color Lagoon with a tiny blending brush, blending this right next to that golden shade, kind of smudging it into the darkness in the outer V and the inner corner of the eye. So this way you kind of get a transition from dark to the blue to the golden, and it kind of gives a really cool effect. I have to say, at this point I was kind of like, oh my god, is everything gonna look great? Because I felt like it was looking kind of weird, but at the end everything's gonna look so bomb and so original. I don't know, I don't think I've done a look like this before, and even though the color combination is maybe not something you would think of or not really choose for, I think it actually looks really cool at the end. So yeah, this makes me kind of happy, because sometimes getting out of your comfort zone, trying some new stuff, can actually bring you to an eye look that you never thought of, if you know what I mean. So I used a black pencil in the waterline. The one I used is from Rimmel London. It's actually a really good one. Actually, one of my subscribers recommended it to me a while ago, so I want to say thank you to that person. It's actually a real long time ago, so I don't know who said it, but I was at the drugstore and I just had this vision, like, that I just randomly remembered someone telling me, so I decided to buy it, and it's actually really good. So now I'm going to use that light blue color underneath the lower lash line. I also used a little bit of black eyeshadow, which you saw me doing earlier, but I was talking. So I first used black eyeshadow, and then I went in with the blue, and I'm going to use the color lilac, which we used all the way at the beginning to use as a transition shade. And I'm blending a little bit of that in the inner corner area. You can also do like a highlight kind of shade, but I felt like maybe that would get off the distraction. You know, we used that golden in the center of the eyelid, so I felt like if I would use a similar shade in the inner corner, like something sparkly, the attention would go less to the eyelid, if that makes sense. So I felt like it would be better to keep it matte. So I used some mascara, and I used these lashes from Be Perfect, and then this is the finished result. I really hope you all enjoyed this look. I know it's quite dramatic, but I haven't done a more smoky dramatic look like this one, so it was actually so fun to create. I really hope you like how it turned out. I hope it gave you some inspiration for the holidays or any other occasion you would like to wear it for. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. This is really helpful for my YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and of course follow me on Instagram. It's my username Anouk. I always post stuff there on a daily, so if you want to get to know me a bit better, you can always send me DMs. Yeah, follow me there, and I hope you all enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.